folks, welcome back to the farm. If this is your first time here, I surely appreciate you stopping in. If you're a repeat subscriber, I surely appreciate the support over the last several years. Guys, like I always say, I build these videos for like-minded folks just like you and I to help us get to the finish line, but get there quicker, more proficiently. When we're talking about kind of more of a maintenance schedule this time of the year, one of the things we're going to talk about today, guys, is we're going to go over how I recommend maintaining your shot plots with chemical. So the chemical application that we're speaking of today, guys, is for the shot plots, right? So we got the plots planted behind us and we're praying for rain. Doesn't look good here, but everything's prepped, so we've got them good morning dews and the thatch layers down. We should be okay. Now our shot plots, maintaining them, because they don't have a thatch layer and we're, you know, our clover and chicory on our shot plots, you can see they're struggling, right, because of the drought. So that's the tricky part of shot plotting. It can be one of the tricky parts. So the chemical application, guys, getting to that, what we're doing is, what I like to do is I like to treat my shot plots with clethodim 2E. And the reason that I use that is, the clethodim here you'll see, the reason I use that, guys, is it's a very selective post-emergent herbicide. You know, it's going to take care of our grasses but not hurt our clovers. So with that being said, how much do you use, and kind of tie it into today's maintenance video, right? So what I do, guys, I'm going to turn you around here to show you the process that I do here. So clethodim 2E and Agstar is the one, Agerstar here is the one that I can get local. You know, there's many of them around. What I've got, guys, is I've got my backpack sprayer. Actually last year kind of took a crap on me, so I got this little potato sprayer, I guess you could call it, right? This little wand sprayer. And what this is, guys, is this is 2 gallons. Make sure when you're doing this, you're using eye protection and gloves and everything else, right? Last year, this little deal here, make sure that this is connected and tight. I bought this new last year. I primed it, pumped that, and that thing exploded. And I got a bunch of herbicide in my eye. So kind of a tip there, don't do that. Took about a week to get that back feeling good again. So yeah, 2 gallons here, guys. And what you can see is I've got some of the jugs from the Plot Doctor product that we use with me, and I just use them as a kind of, that's just water mixed in. You can see it's got a little residual from the folic and stuff in there. But what I've got is they're 2.5 gallon jugs, and I fill those and bring those out so I can refill the 2 gallon jug here. So what I do, guys, is it's 1 pint per acre is the clethodim recommendation that I've always used, is 1 pint per acre. Well, a pint is 16 ounces. So I fill up you know, each is going to be different for each viewer, right? But my application here is I have 3 shot plots that are about 2 to 3 tenths a piece, right, of an acre. So together they're about 3/4. So 1 or 3/4, right? So what I use is I fill that up 16 ounces, and then I just divide that into thirds, right? So put a third of that into here, put it in the tank, put another one in there, and then I just keep refilling, bring these out in the field, like I said, guys, and just refill my jug as I go. So I will, you know, split this and then put that in here. So a third of that will go into here and mix it up real well. And then I put this whole 2 gallons on this, you know, 2 tenths or 3 tenths shot plot, which is all, you can see the screening all the way around it, and then out in the food plot. So that's how I do that, guys. Like I said, so just as a recap, the chemical thing can get kind of tricky. Always remember, guys, on chemicals, and this is kind of touching on a video that we got coming as well. Always remember, you can go extra on your water, and it's actually not a bad thing to go extra on your water, because to me, your extra water does nothing more when you're putting chemical out than just evenly distributes that amount of the chemical that you're using across the entire area, right? The more you use, the slower you go, and it's more of a complete coverage, right? What you don't want to do is you don't want to mix it and then run short on your, not put all of the chemical on there. So let's say we were doing an acre, we were using clethodim at 1 pint per acre, let's say, and we wanted to put this in our sprayer on the back of the UTV, and my UTV is calibrated for 15 gallons per acre. So that would mean that I could put 30 gallons of water, just put more water on it, but I'm still going to use a pint per acre of chemical. So always remember that, guys. That goes for 2,4-D and glyphosate and everything that you're using. It's just, I just go slower if I'm doing that. Like yesterday when I put my Plot Doctor products out, I did that because I like adding more water to that because it dissolves a little bit better in the tank, and not that I've had any clogging issues with it at all. It just mixes it better and it applies better to me. So you can go more water, just don't go less water. So as a recap, clethodim 2E, it's a 1 pint per acre. So I've got 3 shot plots on the farm, 1 here and then 1 on each end of the big center field, the high top field food plot there. So I've got 3, so I'm just going to divide that into thirds, and every time I fill this up with 2 gallons, I will just put a third of that in there, mix it up, apply it, go to the next one. It's probably easier to do with the a smaller sprayer, but my neighbor has the smaller tank on his quad, and I just got that big 45 gallons. So I find it easier, guys, on these shot plots to go, and I always just like taking my time, because to be honest with you, what you can do with a pump sprayer or a backpack sprayer, right, you can target, kind of spot spray more than you can with that, that total coverage that you're getting, or a broader application, let's say, that you're getting from doing that with the UTV or the side-by-side. So that's the application that I use, guys. Hopefully that's a helpful tip. We've got some cameras along with us today in the tote here. We're going to throw out on our mineral stations as we go, and that's how I maintain my shot plots. So what you can do, guys, always remember what you can do is so kind of a timeline here for you, right? You can mow the shot plots. As you've seen in other videos, I don't recommend mowing your food plots at all, because we want that tall vegetation to crimp down over to give us that plot armor for the crimping process, and for that regenerative ag slow release process that we do on our food plots. That's different than what we're doing on our clover and chicory or clover and rye plots, right? Our shot plots. So what you do, guys, is you can mow. So what I do is I come in about 2 weeks before Memorial Day to prep for my screening, my planting and stuff. What I do is I'll come in and spray those areas, like my screen areas, with where I'm going to put my screening around my shot plots and my accesses. 2 weeks before Memorial Day, I'll come in and spray glyphosate, 2 quarts of glyphosate, and 1 pint per acre of the 2,4-D, and I put that in the tank and I spray those areas. After I get that done, then I go and I get my mower and I mow my shot plots. So with that being said, just make sure, don't spray that chemical, that gly and 2,4-D on your shot plots. Only spray that where you're going to put your screening, if you need screening, right? So it's just, that's kind of what I do. 2 weeks before Memorial Day, when I'm home off the road, I prep that, so then when I get back Memorial Day, give or take the weather, when I plant my summer blend, I can have that available to get my screening in the ground. But what I do then is I also, that 2 weeks before Memorial Day, I come in and I mow right on the top of my clover. Like I said, the other ones look way better, that you'll see here as I video today. This one is a new one, and it's got a bunch of crap in here, but I just mow right at the top of the clover and take that, whatever is in there. Maybe you do have some weeds or some brush that come back, or rye or whatever that's in there, right? And that the clethodim didn't get, and you just mow it and let it go. That's the first mowing. And then you can mow it again around July 4th, something like that, if that weekend permits you to do that. just kind of, you know, take that, whatever, if you do have any rye or grass or anything in them, just mow them again. So the combination of mowing your shot plots and also using the clethodim to release that grass from there really supercharges the shot plots as far as the clover and chicory, or the clover and the rye, right? So if you have a clover and chicory, that's something that we're trying this year. You might want to reach out to John Comp and actually ask him, like, there's 360s, or that 360 seclusion blend, or that you know, clover plus chicory, is the clethodim right for you? But in this one, what I've got is this is a new plot. I seeded it. It's not germinated yet. Just seeded it yesterday, a couple days ago. Doesn't have the rain, and so that's why I'm spraying it, to get that all prepped. So we do get the rain, I've got that grass is set back, and it should just, you know, supercharge, kickstart, I guess you could say, right? The plots, the shot plots. So that's how we use clethodim. That's how we apply it, and that's kind of how we, you know, get our shot plots to perform for us, guys. Hope this one helps.